Welcome, everyone. I'm here with Mark Diamond, the CEO of Antisense. Mark, thank you for joining us. How are you?
Very well, thank you, Michael, and thanks for the opportunity to chat today.
A pleasure to have you here, Mark. Kick us off and tell me a little bit about what your company is and what it does.
Certainly. So Antisense Therapeutics is an Australian listed biotechnology company. As the name suggests, the company's focus is on advancing our antisense molecules that we have in clinical development. We've got two drugs. We call them AT1102 and AT1103. And we're focusing, Michael, in the rare disease space. Our lead indication is with our drug AT1102, and we are developing that drug for a rare genetic disease of boys called Duchenne muscular dystrophy. This is a devastating muscle wasting disease. There are no cures, and we're really excited about the potential of our drug to bring meaningful benefits to that population.
Fantastic. And tell us a little bit about the potential addressable market size of this demographic that you're going after.
Certainly, Michael. So there are about 40,000 boys with Duchenne's in the Northern Hemisphere, and roughly speaking, it's split 20,000 in the US and 20,000 in Europe. We are focusing on the boys that are more advanced with this disorder. So as I mentioned earlier, it's a progressive muscle wasting disease. So unfortunately, these boys, by the time they're about 5 years of age, start losing the ability to walk and end up around the age of 10 wheelchair bound. So we are initially developing AT1102 for the non-ambulant boys or wheelchair bound boys. There's about 20,000 boys that are non-ambulant with the disease. So at any one time, approximately half of the boys, unfortunately, have advanced to where they need a wheelchair for mobility.
Got it. And then who are your competitors in the space, and what are you guys doing differently to separate yourselves?
So in terms of competition, Michael, and it's one of the reasons why we focus in this area, that there is very little that's available for boys that are advanced with the disease that are non-ambulant. The only therapy really today that's accessible for these boys are the corticosteroid therapy. So these are drugs like prednisolone, been on the market for over 60 years. They're very broad-acting anti-inflammatory drugs. The issue with the use in the non-ambulant DMD boys is that they're not particularly effective, and they unfortunately come with some very significant side effects. So they cause weight gain, osteoporosis. They also cause growth and mental retardation, but they are the only effective option for these non-ambulant boys. So we're looking at a better way of addressing the inflammation in the muscles that's driving this muscle loss. And so today, as I said, beyond the use of the corticosteroids, there are no other approved anti-inflammatory drugs for this indication. So, we think we're in a really exciting position. For a rare disease, there's still a very large addressable population, as we highlighted before. The pricing precedents are very significant. Therapies that have been approved for the use in the ambulant boys in the US, they're being charged upwards of $1 million annually for treatment. So, we think the fact that we're in a large population being the non-ambulant boys who effectively have no real treatment options, this presents us a really exciting opportunity for investors in the company.
Amazing. And then tell me a little bit about the obstacles you're expecting to overcome in the next 12 to 18 months. What things are next for the business? And then what's a key takeaway that investors should be on the lookout for from the company over that same time period?
Certainly, Michael. So we are looking to advance our program in a large clinical study that we are planning to run in Europe. This will be a study where we'll be testing the drug in non-ambulant boys. We'll be dosing those boys with our drug AT1102 and comparing it to patients who are on placebo. So it's a double-blind randomized placebo trial. So our main objective at the present time is to get approvals through for that study and to initiate that study. So that's the major goal of the company. In the time frame that you specified, we would hope to be able to start to see clinical data emerging from that trial, and that will be the key to being able to lock in the value around this program. If we are able to demonstrate, Michael, that we can show a benefit in these boys versus placebo. In this study, what we're looking to do, Michael, is to show that we can preserve the upper limb strength and function of these boys, because once these boys lose the strength in the lower limbs, the next lot of muscles to be impacted by the disease are the muscles of the upper body. So we're hoping that we can stop that progressive muscle loss, which we know continues even when the boys are on their corticosteroids. And if we can achieve that, that'll be a major outcome for the company, and also for patients who have this devastating disease. Because Michael, unfortunately, this is 100% fatal disorder. So really, we're working hard here to be able to slow this disease, to give the boys a better quality of life, and hopefully, potentially extend their lifespan. But the goal in this study will be able to show that we can have an improvement, benefits in important quality of life features like being able to maintain their upper limb function. And if we deliver on that, that'll be a huge fillip for shareholders, no doubt.
Excellent. A lot to look out for and a lot to look forward to as well. Mark Diamond, CEO of Antisense Therapeutics, thank you so much for joining us here.
You're welcome, Michael. Thank you for the opportunity.